Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Wendy. I share tips about Ausbildung, studying and living in Germany. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and if you have subscribed, thank you so much. I am so glad you're here. Today's video is really going to be valuable if you're in Germany with an opportunity card visa, or if you're planning to come soon with an opportunity card visa. I'm going to show you how I was able to switch my opportunity card visa to a study visa step by step. The opportunity card visa is a great way for you to enter Germany, but it is short term. The study visa, on the other hand, it's long term. It gives you more stability, job after work, and also provides you a clear pathway for permanent residency after you're done with your study. So in this video, I'm going to explain why I switched, what the requirements are for Ausbildung, bachelor's and master's, and also I'll give you some tips from my own personal experience and how the whole process works. When I first came to Germany, I applied through the opportunity card, but it only lasts for 12 months. When you come with the opportunity card, you can try out part-time job, you can even try out new job, or you can look for a permanent or full-time position in whatever field that you're actively in. When I came, the only reason I used the opportunity card because it was the wait time was shorter compared when you compare it to the study visa. Now, if you want to switch from the opportunity card visa to an Ausbildung program, one of the main requirements is the training contract from the company that you apply to, wherever you're training. When you want to switch to Ausbildung, you do not necessarily need health insurance, you don't need proof of fund, you don't need blocked accounts, you do not need any other documents. The only main document that you are required to submit is the one from the company. Alongside the training contracts, you're going to be required to submit like your passport picture, your proof of residence, alongside like the training contract. So just make sure that you keep all the documents you used when you registered the first time you arrived in Germany. Now, if you want to switch from the opportunity card visa to a bachelor's degree, you have to make sure that you have admission. They need admission letter from wherever school that you're going to. It's literally none of their business. Just make sure you have an admission letter. Alongside that, you also need proof of fund, like you have to block some money during your study years because apparently you're not working and you're not earning money, so you have to block another money different from the one you used when you were coming, or if you want to use a declaration form, whatever it is that you want to use. You also need a health insurance. So those 3 documents are the basics of what you need if you want to do a bachelor's degree. Now, for all these things I am saying, I am assuming that you already have a German certificate. You should have B1 or B2, but you can also switch to a bachelor's degree. Like if you do not have B1, B2, just make sure that the program that you're doing is in English. Then you do not need to have any German language proficiency certificate. If you want to switch from the opportunity card visa to an Ausbildung program, first things first, the immigration office will send you an Auftrag to a Teilung. I don't really know the name of the document. So it's basically a document that says, I want to switch from my current visa to a new visa. So they'll send you that document. You're supposed to fill it and then you send it back to them by post. That is the first step. Then they'll require you to send other documents like your passport, your proof of residence, and all those basic information. When you first came, all those registration you did, just keep all those documents because the immigration would ask you for all those documents. Then aside those basic information they are going to require from you, you're also going to need a training contract from your company, like the whatever company that you're going to train with, that you're doing your Ausbildung with, they will send you a training contract. So you're going to send that to the immigration office. Now, for the Ausbildung program, you do not need health insurance, you don't need proof of fund, you just need that training contract from your company. That is like the basic requirements outside of the forms and the forms you're going to fill for exchanging your visa and all those other things. So for the Ausbildung program, remember just your training contract. That is the basic documents you need. If you want to switch from the opportunity card program to visa to a study visa, like a bachelor's program, you're going to need an admission letter from a German university. It doesn't matter. So now, if your program is going to be English, you do not need any form of language proficiency. You don't need any TELF, you don't need GOTE. But if it is going to be in German, they are going to require TELC or GOTE or whatever it is. You're also going to need a separate blocked account. The one you used when you were coming like with the opportunity card, you're going to need a fresh one. So if your studies is starting in April, your blocked account will start from April, and you need a blocked account. You also need health insurance. So for the bachelor's program, you're going to need 3 documents: your proof of fund, health insurance, and admission letter. Those are the 3 main required documents for the bachelor's program. If you are going to switch from your opportunity grad visa, you want to get a master's degree, it is basically the same thing as the bachelor's degree. You're going to get your admission letter, you're going to get your proof of fund, your blocked account. You have to block it from the start of your studies. Then you also need your health insurance. So for bachelor's and master's, it is identical. It is only Ausbildung program that you don't need proof of fund, you don't need health insurance. The only thing you need is your training contract. It's more like your admission letter that shows that they have accepted you for the program. And that is the 3 major requirements for Ausbildung, bachelor's and master's program. Another thing that might come up is the employer form. Sometimes the immigration will require you to submit an employer contract form. So basically it's supposed to be filled by your training contract. If the place, your employee that is giving you your training contract, if you're doing an Ausbildung, or they are going to give you that form, you submit to your school. So it's basically like just an extra form of confirmation that, okay, this person is really doing their Ausbildung. The employer is supposed to fill it and sign it and send it to them, or your university or wherever it is that you're going to learn. Is just a confirmation. So don't be surprised that if they ask you for this form, I've forgotten what they call it in German, I would attach the name. So they'll send you and say, oh, we require this form. So you're supposed to get it from your wherever you're doing your Ausbildung or wherever you're studying. So you should also keep that in mind. One of the most important things I would always tell people that are on opportunity card is timing. Make sure that you start this process early. If possible, do it like in the first 6 months. If you already know that, okay, I want to study, but if you know you don't want to study, then that's a whole different ballgame. But if you know you want to switch your visa, make sure you start early, because it gives the Ausländerbehörde enough time to process your application. Because if you do it like on the 10th month or on the 11th month even, they can deny you, and then you have to maybe apply for extension. There's a possibility that you can apply for an extra 6-month extension. A lot of people don't know that they can extend their opportunity card visa, but there are some certain conditions you have to meet. Like, I think you have to show them like proof that you've been looking for work. I don't know the entire conditions that you have to meet, but you can apply for an extra 6-month extension of your opportunity card visa. So the most important takeaway is that make sure you apply early if you want to switch to a study visa. It is very, very important, because they can reject your application if you do not do it on time. If you want to switch, after you submit all those documents online, it will take them, I think, 3 weeks for them to like process the online, and then they would ask you to come in person. So when you go in person, it's just for them to capture your face, capture your fingerprints, and do other things. They will ask you some questions as you're there in the office. So after you appear there, I think it will take another 1 month for the whole process to be concluded. So it literally takes like 2 to 3 months for the switch to be done. So make sure you do it in a good time frame. I would always emphasize this. Do this on time, in the 5th month or in the 6th month if possible. If you're applying if you are switching to master's or bachelor's, it is very, very important that you stay in touch with your school's international guide, because at some point there's some documents that the immigration will forward to them without your notice. So you have to make sure that you stay in touch with them. Let them know that, oh, you want to start. Let them know how the process is going. Just be in constant communication with them, because there's a document that they will send to the school, and if the school doesn't sign it, I think it takes like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. If they don't sign it within that time frame, they will reject your application to switch your visa. So make sure you stay in touch. Like, there are some people that will send email. You have to follow up. Just make sure that you're following up. Let them know that, okay, you are starting your school, people. Like, don't just send one email or accept your application and then you just relax. No, stay in touch, like ask questions and be like, just be asking, let them know that okay, this person is really, really interested. So make sure that you stay in touch with your masters or university, wherever it is that you're applying. If this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be covering more topics about Ausbildung, studying in Germany, and working in my future videos. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.